exactly. So once you've looked at those, there are a few things that you want to do. You also want to look at the kickback machine, all right, and KickTrack, all right. The kickback machine is just one word, thekickbackmachine.com. And KickTrack is K-I-C-K-T-R-A-Q. And both of those, what they're going to tell you is, here are the Kickstarters that are out there, here are how they succeed, here are how they fail, all right? Here are the ones that are in the green and going, here are the ones in the red and failing. And what you should do is then very quickly go, this is what I am. And if you don't know, if you can't look on another piece of social media and go, I am trying to create this type of floral movie, I am trying to create this type of piece. If you can't do that, then you got to take your Kickstarter back to scratch, because you're not selling it. You have to be able to say, I'm selling Coke, I'm selling Pepsi, I'm selling a steampunk web series set in Twilight Zone universe, right? If you can't say it in one sentence, you're not clear on what your idea is. And the more clarity you have over your idea, the better it's going to sell. Because somebody like, well, you know, we're doing this, it's like Jane Austen. You know, we're doing this Jane Austen thing, but there's, I don't know, there's gears involved, and like nobody would buy that. Nobody would buy that at all. They'd walk me by the second step. So the most clarity that you can offer is the best. Then you go to KickTrack into the kickback machine, and you look at the things that are exactly like yours. And you can say, okay, I'm doing indie horror movies. Okay, great. Let's look at all the indie horror movies. Oh, this one got $1 million. Okay, we'll set that one to the side. This one got $10,000 and failed. Yeah. This one got nothing. Okay. The nothing ones are going to tell you much faster what the important things are to do than the ones that succeeded. Right? The ones that succeed all look the same. They look shiny, they look bright, they look professional. But there's nothing that goes, why does this look shiny? Why does this look bright? Why does this look professional? Right? If you can look at the ones that fail, you can say, oh, really, dude? That's what you did? Well, come on, right? Don't do that. You know, it's as if you can, when you get that ability, it's as if you can step outside of yourself, asking somebody out on a date, and go, don't wear those pants, you know? And that way it gives you a much clearer idea about how to attack your Kickstarter. So now we've got our metrics, right? And we've got our Kickstarter. Now we go, okay, length of time. Basically, if you're trying to create a Kickstarter that is a thing, you want about 60 days. If you want to create a Kickstarter that is a piece of media, then you want about 30 days, right? And why that is basically it makes people have to have a date by which they fund you. And they're going to wait to the absolute last second. And with film, every day is important, so they're going to want you to wait. They're going to go, oh, well, you know, I've heard about this, and I've heard about it, and I've heard about it, and I've heard about it. It takes about 7 touches on people's Facebook, on their Pinterest, on everything, before they'll actually engage. So if you average that I've got to touch these people 7 times, then you can go, oh, okay, cool. Well, I've got to get them here, and I've got to get them here, and I've got to make sure I'm saying it here in the second week, and here in the third week. God, we're getting close, guys. Come on, we're getting down to the wire. You know, and if you can make it so that it's very important that you get people help. I cannot stress enough using the word help, right? That people love to help. And if you offer people the ability to help you do something, that's important. And if you say, this is important to me, and this is why it will change my life, and this is why it will change these people's lives, then you can really, really serve yourself in terms of how far your Kickstarter will go. But literally, the word help is one of the main things to corner your market. Okay, so we've got metrics, we've got our simple pitch, we've got our social media going, and now what we need to do is figure out how to do our video. All right. Now, it doesn't take much. If you look at the ones the examples that I say, the tight wallet, the Goldie blocks. 2 of the Goldie blocks and tight wallet are, people did them in their living room, right? But you have to watch how they say what they say, right? Both of them say very passionately, very simply, they're not trying to be weird, they're not trying to do a dance, it's not an American Idol audition. What they're doing is they're saying, this is what I've already done, this is what I'm going to do. And that's the first thing of every single one of these. This is what I've already done, this is what I'm going to do, right? Tight wallet, this guy says, I run a small shop in Brooklyn, and I saw this thing that bugged me. Guys walk in with this gigantic Costanza wallet, and I wanted to figure out a way to save room for people. All right, so I'd really like to create this. So this is what I've already done, and this is how we create it, and we got this rubber band, and we thought this was a silly idea, and then we got this, and then we made this, and all he's doing is flashing pictures, right, when that happens, right? Just pictures, 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 not doing flashy, he's not crazy, right? He's not throwing CGI on screen, just pictures, 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 pictures. And he goes, and then we came up with this, and it's him in the tight wallet. And it's a great idea. It's a great, simple idea. So he had one peak on the pyramid, and then he basically asked for help. And he said, this is what I've done, this is what I'm gonna do, and he went. He was asking for $30,000, he got $500,000. All right. Goldie Blocks, I'm an engineering student. This is where I've come from. I'm a girl. You don't make engineering toys for girls, right? And so this is where I've come from. I've been working my ass off for years. I got this engineering degree. This girl's 20, you know? She's 21. She's you know, so any sort of things that you feel in terms of like, oh, I'm too young. I haven't done enough. I haven't done these things. No. I worked my butt off. I got an engineering degree. But I really wanted to do this for girls. And so she came out and she said, I really want to make engineering toys for girls. Something that they're not having to be relegated to a princess hat and a dress.
Can I pop in for a second?
Yeah, go ahead.
One of the things I found about both of the examples Matt's just cited is that there's that personal connection. So as the person's coming to you with something a very simple appeal, it's personal to them, but it's also personal to you. You can totally relate to the wallet issue, and if you're a parent with a girl child, you can totally relate to the lack of toys for girls. So they make it personal for them. They come to you on that personal note, and if there's any sort of personal resonance on your side, you're hooked. Like,
right,
got you right there.
Yeah, absolutely. And the personal resonance also is in the fact that they've said, I've done all this, because everybody feels that. Everybody feels like, I've done all this stuff. Why can I not get over this hump? And that's the feeling of Kickstarter. That's why Kickstarter is such a genius thing. Is basically, if you imagine Hollywood and the music industry and all of these other places were the dams on the river of creativity. And you had to find the single person within that dam on the river of creativity, and you had to find the person who would let your water out, right? Now that doesn't exist. The internet blew that up. So now we have a place where we have 8 million and one streams that are going out. And so it's a different thing. How do we aggregate all of these different streams of creativity and put them in one place for people to see? So now we've gotten our simple pitch down, where I've come, where I'm going to, and now we present it out to people. Okay. So now you have 30 days. Let's take the 30-day model. 60-day model works the same thing. It's just double everything. You're going to get all of your money, or let's say 95% of it, in the first 10 days and the last 5 days, right? If you can do any more in the middle, that's just cake. But other than that, you're going to get in first 10 days, last 5 days, and that's it, right? So effectively, you have 15 days with 15 days of filler. The 15 days of filler in the middle is nothing but a political campaign, all right? That means you have to blitz the snot out of people till they're sick of you within that 15 days. If somebody is saying, leave me alone, you keep on talking about this thing and it's really upsetting us and I'm gonna unfriend you on Facebook. Good, you're doing your job right. If they're not saying that, then you haven't done your job right. The other thing is that when you're blitzing people, don't blitz them in the same way. So you're not saying, look at my thing on Facebook, look at my thing on Facebook, look at my thing on Facebook, look at my thing on Facebook. That's boring. There are 8 million and one ways of reaching people. Use your social media at that point to say, okay, now we're gonna go on Twitter, now we're gonna go on Pinterest, now we're gonna go on this form of social media. And each one, Google is your friend, has its best times to do what it does.
You can go on Google, you say, what is the best time to post on Twitter? Post at those times. What is the best time to post on Reddit? Post at those times. What is the best time to post on anything? It'll tell you in Google.
Can I jump in?
Yeah, absolutely.
There's the old marketing saying, there's no perfect Pepsi, only perfect Pepsis also applies as well. So
Fantastic.
When you're looking for target audiences, the East Coast, there's a good time for Twitter. The West Coast, there's a good time for Twitter.
Absolutely.
You have a European following, there's a good time for that.
Australia.
Exactly. So a lot of North American really are bi-coastal things. Like you might get some from Europe, you might get some from Australia, but you're probably looking at something, you're probably looking at either a morning or a noontime hit for New York-ish, and then a morning or noontime hit for California. The nice thing is the noontime hit for New York is the morning hit for California, because they're exactly three hours apart. So you're getting the lunch break in New York right as you're getting the, I just came into work and I think I'll check my stream, right? So yeah, what Matt is saying is exactly correct. Just make sure you apply it to the knowledge of where your base is. Are they North America? Are they Europe? Are they Australia? Are they just LA? Is your network just LA? Then focus on that. 100%, 100%.
Yeah. And to join off of that, there's no perfect Pepsi. They're just perfect Pepsis. What's your favorite type of spaghetti sauce? Ragu. What type? Chunky? What?
Mushroom.
Mushroom. What's your favorite type of spaghetti sauce?
Sure.
Chunky mushroom?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay, what's your favorite type of spaghetti sauce?
Alfredo.
Alfredo. What's your favorite type of spaghetti sauce? Meaty. What's your favorite type of spaghetti sauce? There you go. Okay. See, now this is what they discovered with spaghetti sauce. Is there was this amazing marketer who basically said, nobody's ever created a chunky spaghetti sauce. We should create chunky spaghetti sauce. And then he went and it failed. And he went, wait a second, why didn't that work? And so they did this wonderful market analysis, and they found out that when you're producing a product, it's not about the product, it's about the variables within the product. Because he went, a lot of people like sweet spaghetti sauce, so they always buy this brand. A lot of people like Alfredo sauce, so they only buy this brand. A lot of people buy, so that's why the spaghetti sauce aisle is like this. Because they said within the domain of spaghetti sauce, we cover these 10 things. So Ragu produced 10 things. And when they did that, it was funny because Ragu was the first person to do it. When Ragu did that, they went from having a 10% market share to having a 90% market share. And everybody thought they were idiots by taking their product and watering it down. But what they were doing was widening it. So literally, you can do the same thing through Pinterest, through Twitter, through Tumblr, through each of them, by providing a different facet of what you're producing. Let's say you're doing the newest, coolest African American horror film, right? Here's what we're doing. Here's what we like. We like this film. We like this film. We like this film. Why is this what we're showing, right? Oh. Wow, I never really, it's like a comedian, right? Comedian pointing out that thing, I was watching this thing last night, and they were talking about why Americans say things wrong. This guy was like, why? Americans have the wrong name for everything. They call petrol gas. Why would you call a liquid a gas? Right? And I was like, blew my mind. I was like, spent 38 years of my life calling a liquid a gas. And if you can find that on your project, if you can find just that one little piece, Victorian Twilight Zone, right? That was me going, okay, I want to tell Victorian stories because I feel like they're not being told, and I want to tell Twilight Zone episodes because everything is episodic. Everything is, you've got to watch it all the way from the beginning in order to get the show. Where is this? Who's that guy? When is he? I just wanted something that you could arrive at and just be like, oh, okay, this is a great episode. New characters, great, I'm getting established, I'm done. So that's why I wanted to create that show, and it gave me the touchstones from which to create. So you can use your Pinterest and your Tumblr and all of these different things to say, okay, African American horror film. Here's on Pinterest, here are all the images that we want this to look like, right? here on Tumblr, here's what we're doing. Oh my God, I almost got shot today because I live in Flint, Michigan, right? And that was the scariest thing in the entire world. But it created this idea. What if the main character is a gangbanger and he's got to get by and he's hiding out? This is a great idea. This is a gangbanger and he's hiding out and he's got to hide out inside a haunted house, right? It's a crack house where three people died and he's got to hide out in a haunted house. And the problem is that the guys who want to kill him are on the outside of the house. They're scared of him, but so now he's got to get inside the house. And at what point does the house? That's actually a great idea.
That's actually, the house actually exists though.
Yeah. Oh, great. Go do that.
You're just making that up because that's a strong pitch.
That's a strong pitch. Yeah. Actually, yeah. Yeah, that was something.
He's been doing this since yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
We're like, oh, this would be great. Let's write that down.
Exactly. My pitch yesterday was